The true cause of Takeda Shingen's death actually holds a shocking possibility, completely different from common historical understanding. The military chronicle Koyo Gunkan records swelling of the leg, but this was merely a superficial description intended to conceal the truth. However, behind that description, an even more astonishing truth was hidden, one that shook the Sengoku world. In this video, we will unravel why Shingen secretly concealed his illness, the severe limitations of medicine at the time, and what his true cause of death was. Now, let's delve into that truth. In the main segment, we will also detail the illnesses and tragic ends of other Sengoku warlords. The average lifespan during the Sengoku period was a mere late 30s. Warlords were no exception, living fleeting lives. Causes of death were not limited to battle wounds. Many warlords succumbed to illness, their fates significantly swayed by disease. The fear of infectious diseases far surpassed that of modern times. Tetanus often proved fatal from war wounds, claiming countless lives. Unsanitary conditions and inadequate nutrition became breeding grounds for epidemics. A single outbreak could wipe out an entire village. Disease spared no one regardless of status. Even Sengoku daimyo frequently died from illnesses that are treatable today. It was hemorrhoids that tormented Oda Nobunaga. Though considered a minor ailment today, for him at the time it was life-threatening pain. A theory suggests Toyotomi Hideyoshi suffered from leprosy, with debate continuing due to his small stature and facial symptoms. Tokugawa Ieyasu is said to have suffered from stomach ailments, frequently complaining of abdominal pain. Some theories link this to his cause of death. Beriberi plagued many samurai due to a diet centered on white rice. It caused physical decline, heart disease, and was often fatal. Smallpox and dysentery also raged, with particularly high mortality rates among children. It was truly a battle against disease. The core of Sengoku period medicine was traditional Chinese medicine, Kampo, practiced by temples and some intellectuals. Medicinal herbs were the primary treatment. Acupuncture and moxibustion were also widely used, aiming to restore health by stimulating meridians. This is a technique still relevant today. With the arrival of firearms, Namban medicine, or Western medical knowledge also flowed in. Surgical procedures were attempted in some cases. However, in an era where anesthesia and hygiene concepts were rudimentary, surgery was life-threatening, and success rates were extremely low. Many folk remedies also existed. Charms and prayers were also believed to be a part of medical treatment. Now, regarding Shingen's medical condition, the swelling of the leg in the Koyo Gunkan was not merely a skin disease. His symptoms often indicated a more serious internal organ disorder, such as ascites, fluid accumulation in the abdomen, and general fatigue. One of the most compelling theories is stomach cancer. Many of the symptoms recorded at the time align with modern medical knowledge. Shingen used hot spring resorts famous for therapeutic bathing. It is highly probable this was for illness treatment. His deteriorating condition is believed to have been progressing for several years, rather than being a sudden event during his Western campaign. Shingen's primary physician is believed to be Yanagisawa Risai and his descendants, whose treatments primarily consisted of Kampo medicine and acupuncture. Even with the best medical techniques of the time, a fundamental cure for internal organ diseases, especially cancer, was impossible. It is said that each time Shingen's condition worsened, he employed various strategies to conceal the truth from those around him. Particularly famous was his use of body doubles, kagemusha. Even while bedridden, he made it appear as if he was in good health. Why conceal his illness to such an extent? A warlord's illness could lower army morale and provide an opportune excuse for enemies to attack. It was because Shingen realized his impending death that he thoroughly controlled information and planned for a smooth succession to his heir. In Genki III, 1572, Shingen launched his Western campaign to defeat Tokugawa Ieyasu. However, during this expedition, his condition rapidly worsened. Although he overwhelmed Ieyasu at the Battle of Mikitagahara, his physical limits were subsequently exposed. forcing him to halt the campaign. Shingen began his return journey, but his illness was already in its final stage. His mental strength, continuing to command from his palanquin, was astonishing. Then, in Genki 4, 1573, Shingen ended his 53-year life in Koma, Shinano Province. His death was kept highly secret. His cause of death had long remained a mystery, but from a modern medical perspective, stomach cancer is the most compelling theory. Descriptions of ascites, loss of appetite, and general fatigue, the progression of his symptoms, align with typical signs of stomach cancer. While theories of tuberculosis and parasitic diseases like fascioliasis, prevalent at the time, also exist, stomach cancer shows the highest consistency. The possibility of multiple diseases compounding cannot be ruled out. Given the diagnostic techniques of the time, specific identification was impossible. Shingen likely harbored a fierce internal struggle between the inescapable fate of illness and his responsibilities as a warlord. His death hastened the end of the Sengoku period, accelerating Oda Nobunaga's and Toyotomi Hideyoshi's unification of Japan. Why did Shingen secretly conceal his illness? It was to maintain the warlord's authority and the army's morale. How limited was medicine at the time? Kampo and folk remedies were dominant, falling far short of modern diagnostics and treatments. What was his true cause of death? From a modern medical standpoint, stomach cancer is considered the most compelling theory. The lives of Sengoku warlords were constantly intertwined with death. Not only on the battlefield, but also the battle against disease held sway over their destinies. If modern medicine had existed during the Sengoku period, the fates of Shingen and other warlords might have been vastly different.